out of line,
out
or
of line, out of line,
behaving in a way that is rude, inappropriate, or unacceptable. When kids throw
When
things at
kids
other
throw
kids
things
in
at
the
other kids
classroom,
in the
they're out of
classroom,
line.
they're out of line.
They are breaking
They
the
are
rules.
breaking
They
the
are
rules.
doing
They're doing
something
that they're not supposed to do.
Even
Even in
a formal
a
meeting,
formal meeting,
maybe there's
the meetings,
and
and when you want to speak, you need to raise your hand
in order to
go to the microphone.
And if you just
walk up to and start talking, that would be out of line. That's not the proper order or proper way to do things. So,
out of line,
behaving in a way that is rude,
inappropriate,
or unacceptable.
Sometimes in the
chat,
people get out of line,
and they have to put them in a time out.
Out of place,
not belonging or seeming unusual in a particular situation.
Yes, I did use AI
to generate these images. I wanted an image of a person wearing a t-shirt and jeans
because
here they're underdressed.
Because they're in a room with all people wearing
suits.
And they probably feel
out of place.
When you
are out of place,
you don't
feel
like
you belong in that situation.
So
if you go
to
a place like this and you wear a t-shirt and jeans,
it's going to
be something where you're not belonging or seeming, and you're seeming unusual in a particular situation.
This is my
biggest fear in life, and I have to go
somewhere
where I don't normally go. What do I wear? It's very tricky sometimes to know what to wear, because I don't want to feel like out of place. I don't want to be the person who looks different.
Out of work,
without a job, looking for work.
This has never happened.
No, this kind of did happen to me once. There was one point in my life where I was out of work.
It was a weird
situation.
I should make a video
about it. We're
like
talking about like
30 years ago.
A long time ago, I was out of work.
So I had no job.
I was looking for a job.
This happens
in life.
Sometimes
when university students come home, they want a job for someone that can find one. They're out of work,
and you really
think they should get a job.
That's usually what parents think.
Another one similar to our time out of energy.
This
person no longer has work to do, so they're out of work, which means they need to find a job.
Out of business. Permanently closed and
no longer operating.
Now, the most common time we see this
phrase
is when you see
this sign.
And this is
something that happens before
a store
goes out of business. They often have going out business sale.
So if
there's a store and they're going to close a store, the person is no longer going to run the store. They might say to people, we're going out of business
next month,
or we're going to have a going out business sale. We're going to sell everything for cheaper,
so that
the store is empty and we eventually close it.
Means permanently closed
or no longer operating. Is that store
still on Main
Street? No, they went out of business. They're no longer there.
Or
let's go to the Joe restaurant. Oh, did you hear?
They're out of business.
They went out of business.
We
can't go there anymore.
Out of bounds.
This
should be a familiar
one to people.
Outside the
area of play. So
in some
sports,
if the
ball goes out of bounds,
there will be a
whistle.
In some sports, if a player with
whistle
ball,
like basketball,
there will be a whistle.
But basically, in many sports have lines.
And if you step across the line,
or the ball that came past the line, depending on the sport, they may be out of bounds. Soccer is a good one, of football. Basketball, American football, all have rules around something being out of bounds.
We sometimes
use this
to talk about people a little bit too, in relationships.
Like
if your friend is
dating someone,
then that person's out of bounds for you. Because your friend is out of bounds. You're not going to ask them out because they're out of bounds. So I think I'm using that right. But out of bounds.
Normally used to talk about outside the area of play.
Off limits. I think
that's the word I'm looking for.
That person would be off limits.
Person would be off limit. Sorry.
No correction there.
No correction there. I may be out of bounds, but definitely off limit.
Out of sight.
Out of sight. Not able to be seen. So
this is Shaq.
I don't know who Shaq is. Shaq is hiding behind a tree. So this is kind of fun picture for this example because we often see him. Jack is a very big person, very tall, amazing basketball player when he plays basketball. But here we have someone who tries to be out of sight, basically trying to hide when something is out of sight or someone is out of sight. They are not able to be seen.
Out of reach,
too far away to be touched or obtained. So you see that this lady has a lot of things on the top shelf and they're out of reach. So she can't reach them.
But you look
here, there's a ladder there. She should use the ladder. And then she would be able to, when something is out of reach, it's too far away to be touched or obtained. One of the places you see this phrase a lot is on things that little children should be able to grab. And they'll say, keep out of reach of children or store out of reach of children, which means you should put it on shelf really high so that they cannot reach or grab it.
Out of danger.
No longer in situation where you might be harmed. So you see in this photo, this lady is now out of danger because the firefighter has saved her from the burning house. This is not a real picture. This is an AI picture.
It's
really hard to find a picture of someone who is out of danger. I can find lots of pictures of people in danger, but this was hard, so I have AI generate one. So she's in a house, the house was on fire. But now the firefighter has carried her out, and now she's out of danger, no longer in a situation where she might be harmed.
Stay out of trouble.
This is a full sentence.
Because the phrase
out of trouble is almost always used by parents
when their
teenage kids or kids need to go somewhere. They will say, stay out of trouble.
And it's a phrase
used to tell people to behave and to not do anything that can lead to problems.
If my son was going camping with some friends, I would say, have fun, stay out of trouble. What I mean by that is
don't do anything illegal, don't do anything dumb like what teenagers do sometimes. I don't want a phone call in the middle of the night from the cops.
Stay out of trouble.
Again, a phrase meaning
used to tell people
to behave and to not do anything that can lead to problems.
Out of nowhere. So Earlier, I think
we mentioned the phrase out of blue. It's not a lesson in the question.
This is similar.
Appearing or happening so unexpectedly.
So in this situation,
it looks like someone
on a bike
was hit by a car.
The person
driving the car may say, I don't know what's happened. She just came out of nowhere.
A person on a bike came out of nowhere
and it hit her.
The person on the
bike might say the same. They may say, I was just biking along, a car came out of nowhere and just hit me and knocked me over.
So out of nowhere, appearing
suddenly and unexpectedly is a hard word to say, by the way. Unexpectedly.
Out of context.
So this is a fun one.
And I have to
explain how this works.
It's when something is separated
from the original situation and making the meaning different. Okay.
So let's say in a live stream. I said this. So we're having a live stream. And I say to someone, you know what?
People on my friend says,
Canada
has no chance of winning.
And I think that's
wrong. I think Canada will win.
If you went
and took the clip
where I say Canada has no chance of winning,
and you took that and put it online, that would be out of context.
Because you don't have the first part of the sentence where I say my friend says, and you don't have the last part where I say my friend is wrong. So again, please don't do this. But
if I said this,
you know what someone said to me? They
said Canada has no chance of winning.
Canada will win.
Ridiculous. I think Canada will win.
That sentence out of context. Canada has no chance of winning.
Canada has no chance of winning. Bob the Canadian, he doesn't think Canada will win.
This
happens a lot on the internet. Not to me, thankfully.
But many times on the news
or on the internet, people will take something out of context.
And it must be frustrating
for the person who says more than what gets put online.
and then out of
and
character.
then out of character,
not typical of how someone
usually behaves.
So many of you have been around for a very long time
watching my video,
and you know this is not my normal
route.
I'm not often angry online. Sometimes in real life, I do get angry, but it would be out of character for me to be angry during a live stream. It would not be typical of how I usually behave. So if you saw me online saying Canada has no chance of winning,
Canada has no chance of winning. I can't even make that face.
I can't make the face anymore. That would be out of character. My normal character. If I have a good night's sleep, and if I'm eating healthy, and if I'm exercising regularly, my normal characters can be very positive. I'm usually in a pretty good mood. I'm usually happy, but it would be out of character for me to behave in that way. In an angry way. By the way, during this past 12 months, as I have some weird health problems, there's been times where I've been out of character in real life. It's just because I was out of energy and exhausted and tired.
And exhausted and tired. Out of season. Not available or not normally grown sold or used at that time of year.
So here's the best example I can give. Strawberries are available in Canada year round. But fresh local Canadian strawberries are only available at the end of May and in June. So if you buy strawberries in January in Canada, we say they are out of season, and you're buying strawberries from California or from the southern United States because they're out of season here in January. They're in season in June, but they're out of season in January. By the way, fresh local strawberry always tastes better than strawberry that you buy in January. I appreciate it that you can buy strawberry in January. There's something really yummy about fresh local strawberry. So when strawberries are out of season, I usually don't buy them. So again, out of season, not available, or not normally grown or used at that time of year.